Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Living Room TRT. Welcome to the Randy Toe Show. I'm your host, Big Rand. Off to my left is my homeboy, Tony Toner's in the house.
Good evening, people. Good evening, people.
We got it. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, we're going to start this day off with thanking God for all we can do.
Yes, amen.
All He enables us to do.
Amen.
Because a lot of people are unable to do it.
Unable to do it. Amen to that. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to kick off tonight by talking about the NFL. I just want you to know, Colin Kaepernick could have been right. Welcome to everybody who's on the Facebook page. Welcome to the YouTube. Shout out to my cousin, Odie O, man. Shout out to him. Can you come out of that, man? I need to go back to the Facebook page, man.
I'm trying to check.
Shout out, man. You gotta see the
okay,
people.
what a rail, what a rail.
Rail, what's happening? See, I get it. Okay,
I would have got
welcome to relevant shit. Welcome, bro. Shout out to my cousin.
Homework and stuff like that.
Shout out to my cousin Otis, man. Shout out to my cousin, man. I appreciate you, man. Back in West Virginia days, man, we held it down, man. Stewart Ave, Pennsylvania Avenue, all that, man. I'm hoping to get the crew back up in here. You can X out of that. I was hoping to get the crew back up in here who was actually with me during them West Virginia days when we was out there having a good time. I mean, they all went to college and everything. But, I just appreciated them times and them days. So hopefully one day I can get them guys up here.
Well, cookouts usually bring people together.
Yeah, you do. We were supposed to do the football event. Yeah.
Something like that.
But it didn't work out.
Somewhere in the middle.
I was still not feeling up to a task. You know, I had lost somebody who used to do that with me, so I wasn't up to doing the task with that particular situation at that time. So let's get right into it. NFL, ladies and gentlemen, the story of today is about Dan Snyder. I guess he's trying to expose Roger Goodell and everybody else. The reason why is because he is on the hot seat, ladies and gentlemen.
Sound like he's on the outs.
He's on the hot seat. Yeah, he's on the outs. He's on the. I don't think this is going to be anything like the Clippers owners. I think this is going to be worse. Mm-hmm. And here's what I'm going to say, because a lot of us overlooked Colin Kaepernick. Mm-hmm. We thought he was a fool. We thought he was crazy. We thought he just absolutely, positively, without a doubt, people thought he was crazy for kneeling down on one knee. But it actually works out. Now look what's happening with the NFL. So many owners, politicians, and other people are coming out
now
about this whole thing about racial equality. Mm-hmm. You heard some senators and politicians got caught on private tape talking about us, calling us monkeys and things like that. People, you need to check these things out.
So does Kaepernick get involved or no?
I think the sports world owes Colin Kaepernick a real big apology. You gotta go back so I can see the comments, bro. I can't see the comments.
You can't do nothing.
I cannot do nothing on my little. Matter of fact, you're right. I can follow on my phone. Hold on, I can get to the comments on my phone. You're right, but no. I think they owe Colin Kaepernick a big, big apology. He opened the door. People. Colin Kaepernick opened the door. The door's open. What we gonna do? Are we gonna continue to play for these type of people? If this is what we gonna continue to do?
Ask these people making millions of dollars.
Yeah, because the money's that important. Is the money that important that you're gonna continue to play for somebody who calls you a monkey? Think about that. Is that worth millions and millions and millions of dollars to have somebody call you out your name constantly, talk about you behind your back, not in your face? That what you want?
What's not to change the subject, what's Brett Favre's story?
I don't know about Brett Favre.
That's what Rail said. Rail said Brett Favre's story, crazy top.
What's Brett Favre's story, Rail? Talk to us. I don't know Brett Favre's story. What's Brett Favre's story, Rail?
You know he's Flintstone. He can't move that fast, Rail.
It ain't about moving that fast. I didn't look that up, the Brett Favre story. I was looking up the NFL going through a racial crisis, just like I thought the NBA was going to stand up tall. I thought, people like LeBron and everybody, they give these players all this type of money, not realizing what you being called behind your back. If you're satisfied with it, what can I say? What can I say? Somebody said to me one day, and this is real talk. Someone said to me, "Yo, Rand, you want people to come on your show, but you don't got a lot of views. I don't care. I don't care. Why we got that so much that?
I don't know.
I don't care that we
Brett
don't.
Favre's story is about the Mississippi welfare fraud scandal. That's what
Brett Favre was on. Brett Favre was. He was on welfare. Brett Favre was on welfare.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's going on? Brett Favre was on welfare.
You know damn well he wasn't on the welfare.
Oh no, I'm just saying. So anyway, getting back to.
See how long you was gonna go with that.
Nah, just getting back to the story. I'm just letting everybody know. People ask me about the sponsors. I don't really care about sponsors. And let me just tell you this too. I don't really care if at this point as a listener or a viewer, if you don't want to come on the show because of our we don't have the views, I don't care. That doesn't bother me. This is what Tone and I built. We ain't built this for you. We built this for us. And it just happens that what we built, we share it with you. Now I get it. We don't have the views. I ain't looking for the views. But at this particular time, we have to understand what's happening right now around us. I don't got nobody calling shots in here. Tony and I call our own shots. Ain't got nobody calling me no monkey behind my back. And if they are, I don't know about it. I'm on my own set, baby. But I'm talking to my black athletes right now. This is for my black athletes.
Mm-hmm.
For those who know. What you gonna do, man?
So you really think they're gonna stop playing?
No. But they got.
What do you expect them to do?
They got to do something. It doesn't matter if it's a small thing. They got to do it. Even if as an NFL player you approach on the field and you don't play.
That's breaking your contract.
I don't care about breaking your contract. You don't think that?
It ain't your contract.
You don't think that? And that's true.
It ain't your
So
contract.
it's easy for me to say you're right because it's not my contract.
It's not your contract.
It's not my money.
It's not the penalty you have to face. We had a conversation about this earlier.
Yes, we did.
And you dealing with contracts. Okay. Even if he comes out to be racist,
right,
and it wasn't known prior to you making the contract, or you might even known it when you made the contract, do you break your contract because of that?
Maybe.
Do you?
Yo, Nate, what's up, man? Yeah.
Do you sabotage your
Nate Burton, what's happening, baby?
Athletic existence?
Maybe.
Okay. Depending on who you are and where you at in life.
Maybe.
Rel comes to say he took about $5 million from charity. Brett Favre.
Wow.
And then he comes back to say, no, he didn't come back to say Austin Bucks.
Brett Favre, what you doing with all that money, man?
That's why Love a Ball.
Yo, Nate, you know we miss you, man.
Was important, and they made us.
Glad you back on with us, brother. Always a pleasure.
Good to see you, Nate. Good to hear from you.
You. Can we blow the horns for Nate? Let's blow the horns for Nate.
Just those two people with the horns.
The NFL right now is all mixed up. I do believe Ron Snyder is going to pull out some type of. He's going to pull out some type of awareness on these guys. I think he's going to really bring it to a forefront on these guys. I think he's going to expose a lot of the NFL owners' secrets, and I think they're afraid of that because I would be afraid. I would be hell of afraid to know somebody about to put my secrets out there. But this is what it is, people. This is what it is. As players, you know, some of us are millionaires. And I'm not asking for the millionaires to stand up. You know, it has to be everybody. It can't be just one man like Colin Kaepernick. Can't do it. I'm even ashamed that I didn't get behind that movement a little more after reading the story. People, please read the story. I'm going to break it out little by little, but I want you to read the story because I want you to be able to comment. I want you to be able to sit back and read and think about what I'm saying. First, we went through this with the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Now we going through it with the Washington. They're not the Redskins anymore. What are they?
You got me.
I guess. Whatever they are now. Because they had to change the name, but a lot of other teams did change the name. What does Austin say, man? What they took millions of dollars.
Took $5 million from kids on welfare and built a new facility for his daughter's volleyball team.
You know what? I'm going to say something, Aston, because you just hit something on the head. I'm just reading it. I wasn't able to follow get together, but you're right. That's why they made us hate on the ball boy. You're right about that. You're right about that. They made us hate on a lot of athletes who were close enough to own and divide. They made us hate on them. They do. They do that to a lot of
rights to their contract or something like that. What
it's not even the rights to the contract. It's the fact of you following somebody that they don't want you to follow, or somebody they don't want you to recognize as being a leader in our community. You can't have them type of leaders in our community. They don't want that. They don't want that. It's crazy how a lot of people want to make it to the NFL. They want to make it to the NBA. Even baseball goes through it. You just don't see a lot of black athletes go through it in baseball, and if they do, I don't hear a lot about it. But a lot of it is over with third world countries in baseball. This country has some of the richest pro programs in the world, and we're finding out now that they're prejudiced. Something that we already knew that nobody wanted to talk about. Everybody wanted to sweep it under the rug. When Colin Kaepernick stepped on that one knee, everybody thought, "Oh man, this guy's crazy. He's losing it."
Trouble. No, they thought he was causing trouble.
Yeah.
I don't think they thought he was crazy.
Yeah, they think he was crazy. I'm telling you, they thought he. Yeah,
they thought he.
Especially when he didn't stand. Especially when he didn't stand for that national anthem.
Why would that make him crazy?
Because some people think that way. Why? Some people, what they don't understand, they just define.
So try to give some understanding to
you can't talk. You got to talk to them. You looking at me and telling me I don't define the man. I just told you I realized his whole status. I don't know. People judge people on the way people act sometimes, not realizing why they act that way. We all do it as human beings.
Look behind the act.
I don't know. Colin Kaepernick might have started something that nobody really wants to pay attention to. And now with Ryan Snyder coming out and saying certain things and him bringing out accusations, him throwing the ball, listen, that man just threw a long pass. A lot of NFL owners are going to be up against the fence. Man, I hope my man Jerry Jones. Jerry, I hope this ain't you, baby. As a true Cowboy fan, I hope this ain't you, Jerry. We got to have to get rid of you, Jerry. We don't play that in Dallas land, baby. Money is important around here, man. Don't play it. It hurts me to talk about this, man. Because I am a true diehard Dallas fan. And everybody who knows me knows I'm a Dallas fan. I'm a true hard Dallas fan. And if it comes to find out that my organization is prejudiced against my black ballers,
what you gonna do?
We need to get their asses up out there. We need to get them. You can't.
You need to get what?
Listen. I'm getting real adamant now.
I want to understand.
As a black man, I want you to understand something. As a black man, it bothers me to have to enter a store where somebody knows my color and hates my color and still wants my fucking money. Jerry too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They say go Dallas. That's what I'm talking about.
Washington Commandos.
We don't play that. Washington Commando. Thank you, Nate. As a black man, like I said, I don't want to walk into a store and spend my money somewhere no one wants my color to be. As a consumer in this world, I don't want to spend my money where nobody thinks my color should be. That's bullshit. Our athletes are the #1 priority that a lot of pro teams are still in business. And we have to start acting as such. We have to put our foot down. You know, we walk around here, we got a lot of our children dying, killing themselves to get to your level. Show them that your level means something. It don't just mean that you take millions and millions of fucking dollars, baby.
So that's you trying to get through
to the
football player.
I'm trying to tell you, as a football player, as a basketball player, as a pro athlete who is black, whether you are a woman, whether you're a skater, whether you're a man, I don't care. Whether you are transgender, I don't care. If you are the color of the skin that's talking to you right now, if you fall in my category, you gotta make a change. You cannot allow these owners to continue moving in that direction.
So what do you say to the people that say...
You keep asking me what I said, I just said it.
I said, what do you say to people that say that's not my problem?
I don't care, I'm not talking to them. If it ain't your problem, step on, move on.
Step on, move on.
This ain't your problem, ain't your fight. There are a lot of us who are true NFL watchers, man. We talking to our NFL watchers, our NBA watchers, our hockey watchers, you know what I'm saying? Our soccer watchers, our baseball watchers. We talking to our pro watchers, man.
Start your own league.
I'm trying to tell people we should do that. There are enough rich black athletes in this world, in the United States alone, that we could have started at least one damn team.
They don't have to be just black.
I'm just saying. We got enough that we can start one black pro organization. We got enough where you could get 5, 10, 20 people to own one goddamn team. The owners are doing it. They do it.
Well, relevance is one, you owner, and you see a person as stock or currency. It is what it is.
It is what it is. So you say they just play for the money?
Most of the time, what do you think they're playing for?
But that's my point. If you eliminate the money, do you still play for the person who's calling you a monkey? He's literally telling you you're climbing trees, you're eating your bananas. He's telling you all that. And everybody looks at me and smiles and be like, well, what do you want them to do? What the fuck you want them to do?
Mm-hmm.
We have to change some things around here, people. We can't just keep looking at it and saying, yo, this is what it is. This is my platform. This is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to talk about it and somebody else talk about it. Shit, X all that out.
Don't care.
But then slow the computer down. X all that out.
Really?
Yes. No. X all this out.
Oh, okay. You talking about that?
Yes.
Oh, man, that's my
No, but the ones that one of them is a search. That's right.
This is the news, man.
Okay. All right. No, you running it.
See?
Okay, you running it. I'm gonna just watch. But the story says report the Dan. Let me read it. Can you break that bigger?
Which one you want?
I want the Dan Snyder. Yep, I want to read that. Break that down. Scroll down for me. He said there is no plan to vote on Washington Commanders over Dan Snyder's status at next week's NFL owners meeting in New York, according to 3 people with knowledge of the agenda.
Mm-hmm.
See, they're not going to talk about it. They're afraid to because of what he may have in the back seat. Oh, he's going to talk about these owners.
The commanders
Mm-hmm.
are denying the concept of the report, contents of the report. In a statement sent to the AP, a team spokesperson called it categorically untrue and clearly part of a well-funded 2-year campaign.
Shout out to Brother 2K. Let me pay some bills before we continue. Tonight's show is being sponsored by Azteca's Hardware Store. Azteca Hardware Store. That's Azteca Hardware Store, located at 709 Mace Avenue, Bronx, New York. 10467 is the zip code. Located right off of White Plains and Kruger Avenue. Make sure you get there. You can also reach them online as Aztec Hardware Store at gmail.com. Aztec Hardware Store gmail.com. Telephone number 347-843-0222. Once again, telephone number 347-843-0222. That's between White Plains and Kruger, ladies and gentlemen. 709 Mace Avenue. This is the official hardware store of the Living Room TRT.
On another note, I'd like to thank again for Kendra and her story last week.
Amen.
She wasn't planned to come on today, but she did ask if we wanted her to come on. We just decided not to rush her whenever she's ready. So she'll probably be coming back real soon.
If you watched the show last week, you saw the interview. The interview was deep. The interview was deep. The young lady, and she was so brave, so brave. You don't get too many people who are brave like that, who want to take the time out to tell their story. And I thought she was so brave. So shout out to her. Shout out to her.
Definitely.
Shout out to you. Shout out to you. We appreciate you. We appreciate your toughness, your kindness. We want you back. We want you back. I'm going to pay one more bill and then we're going to continue on. Next, our show is also being sponsored by It Girl Hair Collection. One more bill.
What about
It
the rest
Girl,
of them?
I don't know.
Okay.
It Girl Hair Collection. 100% premium virgin hair. They're located at 936 Sheridan Avenue, Bronx, New York. Variety of hair textures, transparent lace closures, and frontals. What is frontals? Lace wigs and more, starting at $60 per bundle. They can be reached at www.itgirlhaircompany.com. That's www.itgirlhaircompany.com. Located 936 Sheridan Avenue, Bronx, New York. That's next to the courthouse. For those who don't know, everybody know where the courthouse is. 161st, located down the block on the corner of 163rd.
What's going on, Terrence?
Terrence, what's happening, man? Where you going, man? Hey, Terrence. Hey, Terrence. Man, I was so excited when I got the call from my cousin tonight. Yo, once again, shout out to your cousin, old man. I miss my cousins, old Rel. I miss hanging out with my cousin Kev, Pat, my other cousins. I miss hanging out with y'all, man. And hopefully we can get back together soon as a family. And we're going to podcast this thing out, man. We're going to do that, man. We're going to get Dee Dee. We're going to get everybody. We're going to get a family podcast. I'm going to have that done. I'm working on that. I know that's going to do. But back to our Snyder story in the Commandos. So if this guy gets exposed or they decide that they want to boot this guy out, this guy's going to bring up dirt on everybody in the industry. He's going in the industry, in the league, on the owners.
Dirt on the owners.
Owners in the league. Yeah, man. When you get dirt on the owners, you don't know where that could trickle down to. Dirt on the owner could trickle down to anybody. That could trickle down to anybody. Players.
That's a man under pressure.
Man under pressure.
He going down. He taking others down with him.
Would you?
I wasn't raised like that.
I wasn't raised like that either, but that ain't the question. Would you?
I answered that.
Let me tell you something. If I was an owner, this is real talk. If I'm an owner, I'm doing a lot of movement tonight. You know what I'm saying? If I'm an owner and I'm happy to maybe be hit with racial allegations.
Dirt on the whole organization.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm looking at the comments.
Yeah, well, he's gonna have dirt on the whole. That's what he said. We read this thing. He said that I'm going to expose everyone. Now, why would you want to expose everybody?
Because he's on the outs.
That's on you. You outed out. You the one who did the outing. Nobody outed you. You outed yourself. Sugar bang bang.
He only said probably what others was thinking.
Well, I'm thinking he shouldn't have thinking it. I said it. I'm thinking he shouldn't have thinking it. But what I was saying is that right now this man picks up and he decides that he gonna get all that dirt on these people. These people are nervous. They don't know what to do. They shook.
I'm getting that beating again.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if it's there it go. Something is, you have magnetic. When you go live, you get those type of you get those type of inquiries, But I hope that the NFL, like I said, I hope the players and everybody there understand what I'm saying. I'm not pointing the finger at no one. This is not a finger pointing contest, people. Let's wake up. Colin Kaepernick made us look, but we wouldn't pay attention.
Irrelevant shit said something pretty good. He said, no, because y'all putting me out for doing what we all do. What do you think of that? We all sit back and call them monkeys.
Yeah.
Just because he got caught
doing it,
monkey, y'all was supposed to back me up.
Right.
Now y'all shitting on me like I'm the only one that do it.
Right.
So what are the players gonna do?
What can you do? You said it. You either gonna take
them. Do what they want to do.
Either you're gonna take the money.
Consequence.
Either you're gonna take the money and keep playing, or you're gonna drop the money and move on. Most people will say that you crazy if you decide to drop that money and move on. They'll say to you, "Oh man, you stupid to leave all that millions of dollars." It's millions of dollars. I'm just asking. Somebody please answer that question.
When the bank kicks you out,
is it $1 million plus worth playing for somebody doesn't respect the color of your skin?
$1 million plus.
$1 million plus, because the average. Okay, let's say 500,000. The average.
Go higher than that. How about $10 million?
I said $1 million. The average player doesn't get $10 million in football. Not in football.
Well, we're talking about the ones that can really make a difference.
There's not guaranteed money in football now.
Oh, okay.
There are incentives. So you might get a guaranteed contract of maybe $10 million for 10 years, but you might get incentives that may bring you over to make close to $5 million a year. Certain catches, certain throws, certain runs, certain carries, things like that. Certain tackles. You have to play for that.
Terrence and Rel got something to say about the money.
Go ahead.
He said money can't be all. Terrence says before that, when the bank kicks you out and they're laughing his behind off.
Some of these athletes are going to ball until the money drops.
But we ain't never seen the money.
Some of these athletes are going to ball until the money drops.
So it's easy to say. I'm just reading the messages. Based on what you
I'm not saying that you. I'm just saying
no money is worth. It depends on the person, Terrence.
Most people,
a lot of them not gonna get that money up.
A lot of people know that they're being called certain things.
These professional, a certain kind of way.
Yeah, these professional athletes know. They know exactly who they're playing for.
Mm-hmm.
They know exactly who they're playing for. Trust me, they do their homework just like we do our homework. They know exactly who they're playing for. They know exactly who they're getting in bed with, and they still pull them covers over their face to act like they don't know who's in that pillow next to them. They know who they sleep. They know who they're playing for. And like I said, it's not the athlete's fault.
Is that why they up and leave as soon as they feel like it's time to go?
Well,
or look for that trade, I should say.
You very seldom find an athlete go back to his organization to get praise. And most of the time when he goes back to give praise, it's not really to the owners, usually the coaches. Coaches separate the fine line with the color barrier, to me, if you ask me. And then you got some coaches who may agree with the owners. You know? I don't think if we had black coaches, more black coaches in professional sports, that I don't think that would change how owners talk about us behind the closed doors. That's not going to change. That's just putting us in a position where they get behind the doors and say, look at this. He begged for this job and can't even win, or he can't do this or can't do that. But meanwhile, not realizing that when you get a black head coach in any professional organization, he doesn't have the top players. That very seldom happens. How many black coaches you know get the top players? They may get good market players, but they don't get the top players.
And you believe that that particular team doesn't get the top players based on the color of the coach?
To me, if I'm the way it looks like, you know, at this point, you have, if you could tell me right now, give me 2 successful black coaches in any league. Right now, to me, what they do is they seem like when they realize they might be getting a black coach, they trade away the good players.
That would take some looking into.
They traded.
The one I think of was the one that played for
Boston.
The Eagles.
I'm
talking about football.
But look what. Okay, let's use Boston.
Okay.
Let's use the Boston coach as a perfect example.
Celtics.
Celtics coach. I said Boston.
I know. I
Celtics. Okay, I'm sorry. I forgot the guy's young name. I don't want to use his name anyway, but let's look at the example of the Boston organization.
Mm-hmm.
Here you have a coach who just took you to the NBA Finals.
Right.
He got caught in a situation where he's in an organization and he slept with somebody else in the organization.
Mm-hmm.
To some athletes and some people, that's normal.
Right, but
to a person in the organization, and it's probably whoever the person was in the organization that he slept with didn't
mm-hmm. like
it.
Okay, but as we also talked about this prior,
yes.
And I still seen it as wrong because he must have broke a rule that they set before he even got hired.
We all work in a place where we have men and women. We all work in that type of environment. Most of us do, most of us don't. Some of us work with all males, some of us work with all women. Depends on whatever you're working. The point I'm trying to make is there are incidents that happen between men and women at work all the time, on any level.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't hear about them being fired because they did it. It has to be where it happened or why it happened.
But you can't judge it like that.
I'm not judging it like that.
No, wait a minute. I'm saying you got to think of it as what was the rule.
Maybe
that rule wasn't enforced on
that rule is probably something that every athlete signs when he walks through the door.
Okay.
That you're not supposed to fraternize with the anyone in the organization. Come on, that's an unwritten rule. Just like you got cops with unwritten rules.
So you're saying they pointing him out for some particular reason?
I'm saying for some particular reason, this organization is using this black man as an example of what goes on in the league every fucking day.
Wait a minute, we gotta read some of these. I'm missing Merrill made a couple of comments.
Okay.
Going back to they pick their athletes based on who ain't gonna say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Then Merrill comes with Jordan ain't the best. He was just who kept his mouth closed.
Pretty much.
Charles Barkley never was gonna win a ring. He was about to win.
Oh, is that Terrence?
Boom, fire came to scene. Oh yeah, something. That's Terrence. Then I don't know where. No, that's Rel. Then I don't know where Terrence come from with Sprite.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I missed that part.
Mm-hmm.
And then They must be talking something crazy, and then he come back with black. I'm talking about Sprite. I don't understand where we at.
Can't even go there. Let's just go with irrelevant shit where he says that a lot of athletes don't care, and I do believe that. And here's a good comment too that irrelevant shit said. They're not Jim Brown, and that all the people of all that. You're right. If this was the Jim Brown, because Jim Brown walked off. Jim Brown walked off. Shout out to the sister. Okay. Now let's go. We haven't been reading the comment, man.
We caught up now.
It's crazy. He was about to win, and then boom, bam, can't see. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't get the Sprite one. Maybe I'm old.
My point is, let me finish out with the Celtics coach. So, whoever he slept with, and it's supposed to be that he slept with someone's wife in the organization who happens to be probably a major sponsor, or somebody who sits in that financial seat, and he probably didn't like it. The fact that he did this, and see, the whole thing about that is that if this person was white, and that's what bothers me a lot.
Why does it change?
I saw this because of the color. It has.
Yeah. Why? Because if they make an example out of him for something, why would his color matter?
Many white coaches you believe might have slept with someone in their organization?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying the way they came at him. You're saying everybody.
And I'm gonna say it again.
You say everybody breaks that rule, right?
I didn't say that. I said that's a rule that's always broken.
Wait a minute.
I didn't say everybody breaks the rule. I said that's a rule
that's always broken.
So what's the
difference in that? Everybody breaking the rule?
Because it's not everybody who does it. It's a rule that some people break.
Okay. Everybody is just an exaggeration. I'm just saying.
Well, don't exaggerate.
A rule that's normally okay. How about this? A rule that's normally broke. How about
rule that's normally broke?
Okay, so why would they be pointing him out then?
That's like a rule that's saying you can't be late for work, but you're late from time to time. That's a rule that shouldn't be broken, but it's broken all the time.
But that causes some people to be fired.
But that's depend on how often you break the rule.
Okay, so why we can't refer that to the same case?
Because in this case right here, you have people who have done it before him. So if you was to get fired for being late, and Harry's late too, and you're black, and Harry's white, why the fuck Harry didn't get fired too, and you got fired? You got fired because your lateness was 10 more minutes later than his? Possibly. Or because you was black?
Yeah, that's what you want to put it on.
I'm putting it on.
Why it can't be put on the breakdown of the different personalities?
This ain't nothing but a black or white issue. You can't put it on nothing else. We got to keep it simple.
Okay, I don't know if it's that
simple.
I'm
keeping it that simple.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the flag for this
black
one.
And white.
I'm gonna take the flag for this one tonight. I'll take the flag.
So what if it comes out to be not black or white?
It's hard to believe that.
Are you gonna apologize to
people?
You can admit you.
My opinion is my opinion. If my opinion
that's what's wrong with people about their opinion.
Are you gonna let me get my opinion across, or you just gonna you gonna tell me that I'm wrong? Period.
No, I didn't say that.
I'm just telling you that if this situation was different, it would have been white. So I'm gonna say a name.
You're saying if he was white.
So if this would have happened at the time that Larry Bird was coaching the Indiana Pacers, do you believe it would have made news like this now? Just like, for instance, we going through the fact of Draymond Green punching homeboy in his face.
Okay.
Somebody in their video squad should be. See, this is all about somebody's leaking some stuff that maybe shouldn't be leaked, but then the stuff that need to be leaked, they're hiding under the table. You understand?
Okay.
So
Depends
things,
on the person
but this is what I'm trying to tell you. So there's certain things in professional athletes that stay in house that shouldn't be discussed with the public, and I agree with that. As an athlete, once was, yes, I was an athlete. Let's take time to reflect on that. I was an athlete. This big body. I was an athlete, people. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
At this particular time, if this was someone of Larry Bird's status, would we be reading the status quo the same? But because he's black, and because he possibly, let me finish. I got to make a good point. This is my good point. Okay. Don't mean to cut you off.
Is it a true point?
Yes.
No,
and the fact that
the
fact that they want to allegedly believe that he cheated on Nia Long during this time of infraction, and that the girl happened to be white that he cheated with.
He was with Neil Long.
Oh, did I ring a bell in your head under your cap?
I didn't know he was with Neil Long.
Ring the bell for Tone. That's how you blow the horn for.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What does that mean?
I'm just trying to tell you. So now, just think about it. Now, if that was Larry Bird, who's the hottest? Let me think.
I still don't. Convince me that it was a black-white thing. What makes you think that?
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give you a perfect
Give
example.
me an example.
Tom Brady's going through a situation with his wife.
Yeah, I heard you're supposed to be in divorce.
Right.
Okay.
Now his wife is all over social media.
Saying that ain't true.
No.
What's she saying?
Posing with black men.
Okay.
But my point is, people believe that's the reason why the man is going through marital. You understand what I'm saying?
Because
but
now she want to have a black.
But did you read that? You don't catch that on the news. You don't catch now. If you don't pick up your internet or you don't find that type of story on the news.
Okay.
But this Celtics coach, the black man, front fucking page, man. He's front page over the wall.
Wait, just because he getting divorced, it should be front page?
Can't believe you sticking up for them.
I'm not sticking up for anybody. I'm saying she hung out with some black people. Okay, so she not allowed to have back.
It's not about her. She hung out with the black people. It's the concept of the example.
You said she's supposed to be
You're not
going
listening.
divorce.
You're not.
Wait,
You're going through the wrong direction. I got to stop you because the point I was trying to make to you is that because it's happening with them in that group, it's not being shown worldwide like the Boston coaches. You're going into something that does. I don't care about that. I don't care how many men she's be. I'm just trying to tell you that when the black man's on front page, the white man doesn't make front page, and they both go through the same damn thing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And if that's, I'm being real about that.
But
white athletes don't make front page.
What we like around here is being factual.
Okay, so I'm gonna be factual. White NFL players have been abusing their wives, girlfriends, and lovers for years.
Okay.
And it has not been reported. Black man goes through the same particular thing. He makes front line news. I know there's a particular player who played for the Vikings. I don't want to say names. I hate to say names. Who was dating a black woman and was severely beating this woman. This player still plays in the NFL. That's all I'm saying. What goes for black athletes do not go for white athletes, and that goes. Go ahead.
Shoot.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Austin Buck says, "How do you say Nia's name but not his name?"
Because that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, so I shouldn't
go on from there.
I shouldn't have said it.
You doing what they doing.
Amen. You're right.
I don't think it's black and white. I think they saw opportunity to humiliate a man who slept with somebody's wife.
Amen. But my thing is,
that's what I'm trying to say.
That's irrelevant shit.
That's irrelevant shit.
So irrelevant. What I'm asking you is,
Austin Buck.
if he was white, would it have been different? That's all I'm asking. And you're right. I shouldn't have said her name. That was wrong for her putting her on Front Street. I'm doing exactly what they did. You're right. But I'm just trying to make an example of how we are being treated as athletes and coaches, and they're not treated the same way. We are put on front page news. We are front running story for some people, man. You know how many videos like it didn't dawn on me until they put out the Ray Rice video. Not to really bring up his name, but it's already out there. The video the way he was in, I'm saying names again, but it was a video that they put out there of what happened to him in the elevator. But there was also a video out there of the same person I was talking about on the Vikings with his young lady, and I don't even know because I tell one name and I don't tell the other. So my point is that I'm just trying to say, and he's right. He was on the camera. That's the cats of the house, man. They on the YouTube. They're not on the Facebook. They'll be on the YouTube channel. I could
go back to the last irrelevant shit. I think it's because he got a celebrity girlfriend. Okay. And he goes on to say, but they don't take away the fact they treat us like dirt, especially when you're no longer on service to them, service to them.
I agree with that. Good one, irrelevant. You've been with me tonight, buddy. You've been with me tonight. Even when you straighten me out, you're with me tonight. I don't mean to cause no harm, people. I just want people to understand what's breaking around the NFL right now. I don't want to get out. We got off track of the main focus of tonight's story, so I want to retrack. But yeah, this thing with the Washington NFL team is coming out. It's coming out, and I think there's going to be a lot of people who are going to hurt behind this. A lot of stuff is going to be told. I think there's a lot of secrets that people are not ready for that's going to be told. I think there's a lot of things. A lot of people are going to get their feelings hurt. A lot of feelings are going to be hurt. A lot of feelings are going to be hurt. Let's prepare for a letdown tonight.
I don't think it's about feelings.
What you think it's about?
It's a business thing. It's like they would rather he keep it business, but being they made it personal, he's gonna make it personal. That's what it looked like to me.
But is it personal? Is it personal when you're an organization already in the spotlight?
He's taking.
How personal? Yeah.
But he's taking it personal because they would have to make it personal to get rid of him.
Not necessarily if you vote him out. You know,
but you got to think of the crew that's voting him out is his crew. So he's like, wait a minute, how you gonna do? Like I said before, how you gonna do this to me? True. We all running the same clique,
right?
Because I happen to get exposed, y'all gonna just diss me like that? Well, you know what? I'm gonna expose all of y'all then on my way out.
He said he exposing everybody. Ain't that some for somebody to tell you something like, yo, man, because I gotta go, you gotta go too?
Well, it's not gonna be I gotta go too. You're gonna be exposed, and then we'll see what happens after that.
What do we call that in our world? Some sucker shit.
Some punk ass
shit. That's for my cousin right there, who's a big Washington Commandos fan. See what's happening to your team, buddy? You see what's happening to your team, buddy?
I'm not seeing you on YouTube.
Well,
we're not live.
We're not live. We're pre-recorded.
YouTube
is pre-recorded. So if you missed the first part of the show live, you can go back you can catch YouTube at the Living Room TRT, LIVIMROOM space TRT, same as the Facebook page. You go to YouTube page, you can connect. You can subscribe, like button, and you can see the show entirely on the rewind as many times as you would like.
Austin Bucks goes on to say, but especially in the NFL, we need new black ownership.
Yes, we do.
No, that's not what you said. You said we need our own ownership.
No, I'm saying in the black NFL, if we can get ownership in the black NFL, that's fine. I said if we can all put together and get one team. Is what I was saying is this. Let me be clear.
Crystal.
If we take all our prior athletes and our millionaires of color and put everyone together, we should all. Not we. If you get about 20 people to buy a team in the NFL, you should be able to have an all-black team. If you have 20 people, they should be able to start their own baseball team, if they would like.
Okay, let me ask this question.
If you go with your question.
Yeah, because I hear you say that a lot.
What?
So,
we hear me say what?
What about the brown, the green, the yellow, and all of them?
Now, let me be clear when I say black owned, because most people think now you can't have Caucasians, you can't have Mexicans. No, that's not what I mean. An organization run by African American, I don't want to use the word African American because I don't really like that word either, so I'm going to say the organization, top to bottom, run by people of color, puts us in a whole different standard as people, even in inequality. We'll never get the treatment that they get as owners or stock owners, whatever but why not? Why we can't we take a chance on everything else? Why not take a chance on that? Why not try and give our athletes an opportunity to come to an all-colored organization? Like, what if we had an all-colored organization in football? Would we be wrong for that?
Why it got to be an all-colored?
Because
why can't? Wait a minute. There are a couple of things. Why it got to be all-colored? Why can't it just be separate from the NFL?
See, here's the thing. When I say all-colored, most people means players. No. When I say all-colored, I mean ownership, top to bottom.
Okay.
I mean owned by colored, ran by colored.
I understand that.
That's what I mean. The players don't have to be colored.
Why can't? Right. That's what I'm saying. Why it can't be separate from the? It could just be separate from the NFL.
Because the whole objective is to show them how an organization is run for people of color. If you were to run, you don't have to speak about people behind back doors. We can do the same thing you do. There's most people just don't. I feel maybe they don't want to get into that field, or maybe they don't want to walk into that door. That's why I always tell people I never liked Michael Jordan the player, but I love Michael Jordan as the owner.
Okay.
Let's
get to some of these messages.
Please.
Let's see where we at. Okay. It makes zero sense to me that more teams are not owned by people who look like the players. Okay?
Amen.
One team. Okay, he was telling you when you said they should create their own team. He said one team ain't it though.
Right.
He said Puffy need a team, Jay-Z need a team, Rick Ross and some on
so on and so
on. Okay. All right. Now there is something that I'm noticing that stars are invested in.
What's that?
You've seen this new? I can't think of the name of it. It's a silly name. It's like a little. It's in between tennis and paddleball. They're trying to bring it to the Olympics.
Squash?
No.
Oh.
I can't think of the name of it. Somebody's gonna say it in a minute. Rel, you know you out there. Let us know what's the name of that game. I forgot what it is. And I'm hearing that. Is it not Jay-Z? LeBron James already got a team.
Oh, I know what you. I know exactly what
I
you're
can't
talking
think of the
about.
name.
He just
of the
bought
game.
the professional team.
Right.
Now, speaking of LeBron, not to change the subject, what do you think about him? Do you believe he's the first player of color to be a billionaire as a player?
As a player,
Yes.
maybe a billionaire while still playing, because I'm sure Jordan's reached that, but he might not have been a billionaire while he was playing.
I said that to somebody that Jordan might have, despite the money he might have, because he was a gambler.
Right, but I'm sure with Nike and how much he's got invested in his own brand.
Right.
I'm sure he's reached a billion, but he didn't reach it as a player.
I don't want to bust nobody's bubble, but Nike is.
I know. I said his own brand.
He doesn't have his own brand. He has a division.
A division of Nike.
He has a division.
Okay.
Of Nike.
Well, his own brand. With
he has
Nike.
his own logo.
Okay.
Not his own brand. He has his own logo. But go ahead.
Anyway, I'm sure he's reached that plateau.
Yes.
But I don't think he reached it as a player. So that's what I think they're talking about. LeBron might have reached it while he was still playing. What do you think?
Yes and no. You see, there have been so many people before him who have had such lucrative contracts. Like in my day and time, the biggest contract ever signed was Big Dog, Glenn Davis.
Oh, okay.
And he signed for like almost $100 million.
I don't know what it's Irrelevant said. Braun's brand is bigger than Mike's.
It is.
Okay.
Oh, it definitely is. Not his brand. Don't say brand.
That's what he said. Brand.
He doesn't have a brand. His division. His division of Nike.
What's LeBron's?
Because the brand is Nike.
What's LeBron's?
LeBron has a division.
And Nike also?
Right. His logo is the lion. He doesn't have a brand. And that's what I'm trying to tell people. He doesn't have a brand. He has a division of Nike. The brand is Nike. He has a division in the brand.
Like Jordan.
Like Jordan.
Okay.
And his division, I would say.
There you go. Thank you, Irrelevant. He said pickleball. That's the name of it.
Pickleball. Okay, well that's what it's pickle.
That's the new thing.
Are they using a pickle as a ball? I couldn't resist this, man. You bring the pickleball to me. I couldn't resist, baby.
This dude here,
man, it is, man. I'm telling you, I miss being on this mic, baby. I miss being on the mic.
Yeah, you can say, just talk foolish all you want.
No. How do you, let me just ask you a question, Irrelevant, since you brought it up. How do you know Braun's brand is bigger than Mike's?
Google.
I don't see nobody being bigger than Mike. I don't see nobody.
All you gotta do is ask your phone.
Because you know what it is? Every 4 years, Mike gets a big run again, man, when his sneakers and stuff go back online and things like that, depending on what shoe he puts out for that year. I'm just being honest.
Okay.
I'm just being honest.
You gotta pay attention to Forbes and all of that.
Well, there's some
tell you right in there.
But I'm just telling you, there's some years if Nike, if the brand puts out Jordan's 4s, or they put out his 5s, there might be a year where the 5s may sell more than the 4s, but the ones may sell more than the 4 and the 5s put together. It depends on what the consumer wants for that year. They line up for Jordan, they line up for Braun. Not saying they don't, but you don't see a lot of Braun sneakers, old joints out on the market. Mike, old joints is everywhere. Every fashion style Mike is on everybody's feet. Not saying that Braun doesn't have. I'm just saying there's certain brand,
statistically.
Here he goes. I don't see nobody else selling Mike.
You're not paying attention to the statistics. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I'm just saying.
That's what you like. maybe that's what I'll ever like. Whoever likes Jordan, the kids like Jordan, but it's about LeBron.
But that's my whole thing. There's no era for Jordan. Like Jordan, literally has from the time he born to the time he died, people buy Jordan the whole year. I just don't see that on with people from LeBron. I'm just saying that's me. That's me.
LeBron
Where I live at,
exercise machines and everything.
Where I live at in the hood, Jordans are the major sneaker being worn.
Okay.
That's my thing. That's like somebody telling me, yo,
you need to get out your
Do you think Uggs or Lugs or whatever them shoes are sold more boots than Timberlands? I don't know.
Exactly. That's what
sneaker Nike is bigger, but LeBron as a brand is very bigger. I don't know.
Where did he get very bigger from?
That's what he put.
He did not. He says
it's way bigger.
The brand is way bigger.
I'm sorry, I'm reading from my phone. I'm sorry. Well, that's why you read the comments and I don't.
His kids just signed a big deal with Nike.
Yeah, but they signed with the brand. Okay. And I get what I get.
His own brand, right? With Nike.
He signed with Nike. He doesn't have a people. Please, people get that confused about people having brands. He does not have. It's not. Listen, and he would have to do what Shaq did. Shaq has a brand. He has his own sneaker.
Had a brand.
He still got it. People still buy Shaqs. They still buy Shaq. Listen, I thought him and Marbury were excellent.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
You know, they're the only two people I know with their own sneaker brand. Now, if there's anybody else, please write it out. I don't know who it is. They're the only two I know with their own sneaker brand. And even when I said somebody
y'all talking sneakers.
Even when I said that about Sean Carter,
like we really know.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
Even when I said that somebody said, well, nah, S. Carter had his own sneakers. No, he didn't. They were Reeboks. He had a division in Reeboks where just like Kanye West has it.
Oh, we talking sneakers. He's talking LeBron. That's what he's saying.
Oh, okay. We not talking. So LeBron as the person, maybe.
Whatever LeBron.
Maybe even I'm just saying. Even with him being a billionaire, man. See, because Mike. You got some people who really won't tell the truth. If we're gonna go that way with the person itself, LeBron being a billionaire, then I have to say that they're. Let me think of someone else who might sit on that seat, but not as a player. I don't think nobody's gonna reach that status as a player. I think that's the one up he has on Mike. The fact that he did all this while still playing and played 20 years. I think that's the two things that he definitely have on Mike, because he definitely was in better shape than me. When Mike was at that age. Definitely better shape. Definitely better shape. If somebody was to ask me if I say, hey man, if you had to go into business with LeBron and Mike, I would probably go with LeBron. Because Mike is not a businessman. He's just a name on a brand. But I think LeBron is a legitimate business. So I understand now what you're saying. Irrelevant. It's not about the sneakers. It's about the whole entirety of the man, the companies, what they're worth, how they deal with it. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna lean with you on LeBron on that one. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna lean with you on LeBron on that one. That one I will give you. I think that's solid.
I don't know what Poolcast is.
Who's that Poolcast?
Pool. What did you write?
Podcast. I don't know. Poolcast.
I think it's spelled wrong. But then he said his friends got an agency who signs other NBA players. He built it up so good, his kids got a deal, and we don't even know if he's good or not.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's the friend, the chubby guy. I know. I read about that. He's actually LeBron's agent. He's actually LeBron's agent. So I did. That's a good one. That's a good one, bro. Definitely a good one. Tonight's show is good, man. I like tonight's show.
It's relaxing, laid back.
Very relaxing, laid back. Make sure you check your stuff on your NFL, man. Please check on your NFL.
Definitely. Yeah, and before we go, there's I don't know if y'all know, if y'all not listening to the news, but there is a shortage on Adderall, which is a medication for ADHD that they normally give to the kids. When they suffer from anxiety and things like that. They said they noticing an increase of frustration with the kids due to the lack of the drug. So be mindful of that. Your Adderall's on a shortage. The company can't produce as much as that's needed.
On a shortage. Wow. So what are they going to try to supplement it?
There is a substitute, but they said you got to be careful with the substitute.
Side effects are different from the original, or
I'm not sure about that, but it's something to definitely check into if you want to check on your Googles and Series and
check
Watson
on your Googles and Series.
It's definitely something to do.
Our kids are suffering all around. You understand? The babies coming out of the pandemic with no milk. What's going on around here in the world? What are we doing? Are we satisfied with ourselves, people? Or do we need more? What is the problem?
Health is wealth.
Man. Before we go, we want to make sure we get to the people who pay the bills. Let me just say something like I said about our sponsors and what I said before. Because that comment, okay, well, I'm sorry. I
didn't say nothing.
That comment really touched me when the person say, yo, man, you don't have the views. I don't care. It touched me in a certain way because I said to the person, okay, what do you have? So I want people to know that when we say we got sponsors, listen, I give people advertisement. I don't care. What I enjoy about this show is right what I'm doing right now. You see, I get to laugh with my brother. This is my brother in life. People don't understand that. We don't just do this here. We laughing. When we leave here, we still together, still laughing on our way out the door. We wake up in the morning and we talk. So it's not about views with us. It's not about. He made me realize that. This is very comforting. It's very relaxing. I enjoy doing it. So for those who don't want to participate with our show because of the views, I'll say thank you very much.
But you got to try again tomorrow because you gave him a 1-up today.
I gave him a 1-up.
Yes, you did.
I did.
Because you gave him attention.
I did. So that'll be the last one.
You're allowed to let it in.
I did.
It's irrelevant. It's okay. Like I said, it's irrelevant shit.
I just had to get that off my chest. It was burning a little bit.
Okay. Thanks for that, King.
Something else, man. Shout out to High Hardware, located at 709 Mesa Avenue, Bronx, New York. Between White Plains Road and Kruger Avenue. Telephone number 347-843-0222. That's 834-7-843-0222. Make sure you get to your Aztecs Hardware. Buy your hammers, buy your nails, get your saws, build something, try something. You may have skills. Last and not least,
a hammer is not only used for a weapon.
Watch yourself, man. I like it. Oh man, you right.
I know some people who use hammers.
You ain't never lie. I know some people. Man, I'm about to say something. Let me get myself together. Last but not least, shout out to It Girl Hair Collection. 100% premium virgin hair, located at 936 Sheridan Avenue, Bronx, New York. Variety of hair textures, transparent lace closures and frontals, lace wigs, and more. Starting at $60 per bundle. You can catch them online at itgirlhaircompany.com, www.itgirlhair.com. Make sure you check them out. People, they're located at 936 Sheridan Avenue, Bronx, New York. Tell them Living Room TRT sent you to get your hair.
Get a discount. It Girls Hair. Get your hair did.
Get your hair did. Yo, I actually went to the store. It's actually a beautiful store.
Let me get there and find out.
Let me put it so I can put it up right there. Check that out. It Girl Hair. Can't you see a little bit? It Girl Hair. Make sure you get to there. Get to a little bit. Boop, 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 boop. That gives them a little shout out. Okay. Great show tonight. You ready to wrap up?
Yeah, we can wrap
Hope your music selection was better than it was last time. Man, your selection was, man.
That selection was good.
What? No, what you doing?
Yeah,
no, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. X right here. X that out.
Well, I gotta X that.
Because I'm trying to tell you, go to that. No, come out of that. Go. No, you're not listening. You're clicking, but you ain't listening.
What are you talking about?
Go to right there where it says NFL News. Click that out. Just put the two.
Oh, man. Go ahead.
Work and equality. When you work together, you get things done. If you'd like to be on the Randy Toe Show, make sure you email us. Find us out. Hit us up. Facebook, YouTube. If you're on the YouTube, subscribe and like. If you're on the Facebook friend request, we going to get to you, man. Come on, you want to be on that Randy Toe. You want us to come to you, man. Hit us up early. Maybe we can, maybe we can't. I don't know. Tone don't like to travel. But if it's somewhere interesting, he'll get on the boogie and roll. Unconditional love.
Maybe I don't want to play unconditional.
Oh, man. DJ Club. Right there.
I ain't want to play that one. I had something else in mind for the day. Man.
Woo! I'm sorry, people. We have come to the end of our show. We want to thank everybody. Listen, make sure you give a shout out to our homegirl, Kendra, who was on the show last week. You did a beautiful job, sweetheart. We're waiting for you to come back to part 2 when you're ready. Oh, I just want to thank, man. Thank everybody who was on the show with us. Thank everybody who was listening. Thank everybody who requested, friend requests. Thank everybody who likes and subscribes on YouTube. You can see the show entirely on YouTube if you only came in on half part in. Shout out to Mr. Bird. Yo, Mr. Bird, man. We love you, man. I haven't seen you in a while, man. Thank you for tuning in to Relevant. Gorilla 2K, Terrence, all I love y'all, man. My cousin Otis, love you very much. Tom, what's up?
I'm done.
Damn,
Peace and love always.
I must have took up a lot of that airtime, man.
Yeah, damn sure did. Yeah, no understanding of time.
Good night, people. Till we see you next Thursday on a Black Thursday. Trust me. Watch your NFL, man. Woo-woo. Go back to the original page, the Facebook page. No, don't do nothing. Go back to the Facebook page. Okay. Okay. I can't tell him nothing. Wait. Good night, YouTube.
Oh, he said 5 minutes more. He said, I'm done. I look at the late night comment. Rel said, I'm done.